Beautiful Lake Sky took just a short drive from us here. Season's greetings to one and all as we begin the 2024 ASN2 college basketball slate with what is going to be a battle of titans. Hello, everybody. Jared Jones courtside in the beautiful Brooks Watson Activity Center in Skiatook, Oklahoma for the very first time in the Sooner State. It's the 13th ranked LSU Shreveport Pilots hitting the long roads of Highway 271 up north to take on the newly 5th ranked Eagles of Oklahoma Wesleyan. Second time both of these teams have met in both of their historic reigns in their respective conferences. Oklahoma Wesleyan won their last meeting back on the 18th of March of 2022. That score was 85-71. That game in the NAIA round of 16 in Kansas City, Missouri. This one isn't for a chance in the Elite Eight, but a chance at possibly something bigger in terms of the long-term effects. A chance to start off their season with a win against a ranked opponent. LSU Shreveport coming into this game last season with an overall record of 24-9. Went 16-6 in the Red River Athletic Conference and 10-4 on the road. Led by head coach Kyle Blankenship in his 13th season heading the Pilots. Most of those heading the women's team as well. But as we'll hear from him later on in the pregame, just the men's this year, thankfully for him. Hopefully he got some extra sleep. Last year, fell in the round of 16 against the Lions of Langston and Coach Chris Wright, who would eventually go on to win the national championship. The very same Langston Lions the Pilots opened their season against last year. Their opponent for tonight, the 5th-ranked Eagles of Oklahoma Wesleyan, donning from the Kansas Collegiate Athletic Conference last year. About as flawless as you can get, folks. 13-3 overall, 20-2 in conference play. 18-1, only one loss at home. Led by ninth-year head coach Donnie Bostwick. Same as LSUS, lost in the round of 16 last year to Central Baptist. This Eagles team not only looking to avenge that loss in the Sweet 16, but also to win their 6th conference title in 9 years. So the Eagles looking to continue their dominating ways tonight. This is a NAIA Hoops Report feature presentation, game of the week, and we'll hear from them in a bit. But we'll take a short break and we'll continue the pregame. It's Eagles and Pilots coming up next from the ASN family of platforms. This is college basketball. back in Sky took Oklahoma to continue the pregame. We are just about 20 minutes away from tip-off between the Eagles of the 5th-ranked Oklahoma Wesleyan University and the 13th-ranked Pilots of LSU Shreveport. As we mentioned before the break, this broadcast is brought to you by NAIA Hoos Report. Be sure to follow them on Twitter. And speaking of NAIA Hoos Report, they have the absolute pleasure of delivering our game preview for tonight's contest.
And welcome to the Antler Sports Network. Just an absolute great game we have coming up here featuring after the rankings came out, the coaches poll came out. We have a top 15 battle ahead here, and very, very excited for this one. We're going to have a battle seemingly between two teams that seem to be in Kansas City almost every year. I believe both of these squads have been there 3 of the last 4 years. So going to be an awesome battle here between two coaches that have won a lot of ball games. Coach Bostwick, obviously, at the Oklahoma Wesleyan, has certainly done a lot of good things over his career, and and then Coach Blankenship at LSU Shreveport. A little less on his hands this year. Really fun tip or fun not tip but fun fact about him. Last year he coached the men's and women's team at LSU Shreveport and led them both to the NAIA national tournaments, and just a really fun ride for him last year. But this year he gets to focus in on the men's team, back on the men's team, as that's where he originally started with. Yeah, this one is going to be a heck of a battle in game one. I will put an emphasis on the fact that this is game one. So this is one of those situations where both teams are going to leave here better teams. This is not going to make or break either one of these teams seasons here. This is one of those situations where both these teams is going to help their RPI. It's going to, not that they really need it. They're both going to be fine either way, but this is going to be a great test to come out of this one. And both these coaches and both these teams are going to leave this game kind of knowing where they're at and be able to build off it. I think that's the most important thing to take from this game. Again, two teams that are entering the season kind of in different spots here. You got Oklahoma Wesleyan, who is they're the veteran group. You got number 5, and like I said, number 5 in the country to start the season, coming off a 31-3 season last year. And another trip to Kansas City in the round of 16. Returning 3-time All-American forward, Jaden Leifsky. He'll be number 5 tonight. 6'8" senior that just is a brute. LSU Shreveport is going to really have to keep him off the glass. One of the best rebounders in the country. He is just very, very good around the rim, particularly. And if he catches the ball anywhere around the rim, he's just such a great finisher around the rim. But also he does a lot of good things around the rim as well. It's such a great passer if you go to double team him. And then he's improving a lot of his perimeter skills as well. So continues to get better and better each year. Really looking forward to watching Jaden play. This is a type of game for him, as he starts off his National Player of the Year campaign, that maybe this is a statement game for him, where he's looking to, again, this is the first game of the year. I want to make sure we put the brakes on that, but certainly a game to look back on, at the end of the year, where he can make a mark for his National Player of the Year here. So, Jaden, heck of a player, and one to watch for sure tonight. His counterpart here is DJ Talton Jr. DJ is another All-American, 5'10", one of the best two-way players in the country. Just a little spitfire. He was a KCAC Defensive Player of the Year as well last year. Led the league in assists, averaging right around 5 a game. Averaged five rebounds per game. Just kind of does everything. He's a threat to get a triple-double almost every night. He is one of the best point guards in the entire country. And then he's, like I said, defense player of the year in the league in the KCAC last year. He is going to hound those Shreveport guards. And then even when he's not on the ball, he gets in those passing lanes and disrupts teams defensively all over the floor as well. So those are the two best players, I would say, from Oklahoma Wesleyan. They do return 3 starters, and then they return 8 of their top 10 from last year. Another all-conference player and Dylan Phillip as well. Very, very good team. A lot of depth from last year. They're going to have a couple transfers as well. They do bring some transfers in, and a couple JUCO kids, and Yashi McKenzie, and then Justin Haynes. Justin Haynes will add some size a little bit. So they will. He was number 1 rebounder in the Cali JUCO League last year. So another kid that can come in and help not just provide some depth, but some size and some rebounding as well. And then they have some good freshmen. They always seem to rifle in some freshmen that always play well and do some things as well. So I mean, always interesting to see what they bring in from freshmen. I know Jensen Knowles from Richmond High School in Texas is a player to watch for them. Was the Gasso first team All District Gasso Finals MVP tournament, and then a first team All District selection for Richardson High School as well. But the Eagles are always one of the best teams in the country, as you can see, as they're number 5 in the country to start the year, and certainly will be a really, really good team tonight. And the veteran group, like I said, so that you expect them to come out and play well tonight, as they've been together for quite a while here. So, and then on the other end of the court, you're gonna have Shreveport, who they do return Tyler Washington and Melvin Flanagan, 2 all-conference guards, or 2 all-conference players, I should say, that do provide a lot of good leadership for him. Flanagan was a transfer last year from D1 Wichita State, who is a really good player, and Tyler Washington is a 2-time all-conference player, so been there for 2 years. Will provide some experience as well. I think that our transfer class is one of the better ones in the country. I really like it. Led by Davian Coleman. He was at D2 St. Mary's last year. Can really, really score it. I think he had 7, 8, 9, 20-point games last year at D2, one of the best D2 leagues in the country. And then he was at D1 Texas State before that. They also bring in that kid Tajay Anderson. He was a JUCO All-American prior to his Division One. I know he had some injury issues at Division One, but can really stroke it from the outside. Interesting note, I was actually able to watch him play live in JUCO, and man, I can tell you right now, he's a heck of a basketball player. Really, really can stroke it from outside, and when he gets going, he's really, really tough to stop. And then they brought in 2 all-conference all-conference players from Wayland Baptist in the Senior Athletic Conference, and Michael Murray and Tajay Hill, and 2 guys that when we saw them play last were playing pretty decent basketball down the stretch at Wayland, and had a good Senior Athletic Conference tournament. So 2 kids that can play well, and then they brought in a couple other JUCO kids out of Devontae Austin out of Lee College, and Hayden Brittingham out of Tallahassee State College. So 2 powerhouse JUCOs right there as well. They're loaded with talent. I mean, they are really, really loaded with talent. So this is gonna be one of those situations where does it take them game one? I mean, can they come out of the gates and ready to roll right away, or does it take some time for them to get going? Because they have the talent to compete in this game, no doubt. But as we can see, sometimes it can take these teams with a lot of new faces. It may take them 3, 4, 5 games to get going. So that would be one of the if you want to go quote unquote keys to victory, it'll just be one of those simple things. Does LSU Shreveport, do they struggle out of the gate just trying to gel a little bit? especially against a veteran group like Oklahoma Wesleyan? Or, does that not really matter? Are their juices flowing, adrenaline flowing enough? Maybe they come out hot out of the gate and start shooting the ball really, really well. And for Oklahoma Wesleyan, they're so good defensively, but it's really, really hard to get a scouting report on an LSU Shreveport team where you don't have a lot of. You may be able to go back and watch some of their film on other schools and stuff and get a personnel scout. But it's very, very tough to get a scouting report for Oklahoma Wesleyan. So, it's going to be one of those situations where first game of the year, it's going to be very, very tough to gauge or for Oklahoma Wesleyan, it's going to be hard for them to kind of lock in defensively because they don't have a scouting report. And for LSU Shreveport, it's just going to be whether they can gel right away and with all the new faces, or do they just come out red hot and bust it open early. But they do have better guard play this year, which will help out, I think, a lot, especially when they're playing against a really, really good defensive team like Oklahoma Wesleyan. But we'll see. This is going to be a very, very good game. That's what you expect out of a top 15 matchup. It's really awesome that we get this game, first game of the year. Like I said at the beginning, though, this is one of those games where both teams are going to come out of this better, no matter if you win or lose. I think this is one of those games that you just build off of, and I think that's why both of these coaches scheduled this game. Awesome that we get to get this game out of the gates, but and I'm really awesome that we get the Antler Sports Network to be able to cover this game, because they are really, really great. It's really, really great that we get a good company to be able to cover this game. Just from the NEI standpoint, whenever you get good quality coverage, it makes the game even better. So I hope everybody enjoys it. I know I'm going to. I know we'll have some more coverage later on after this game's over, but I hope everybody enjoys it, and we'll see you guys next.
Counting her down till tip-off, moments away here from the beautiful Brooks Watson Activity Center in Skiatook, Oklahoma. Very first time the ASN has been in the Sooner State, and we're happy you can join us for tonight's presentation. As we continue the pregame, I had the absolute pleasure of speaking with Oklahoma Wesleyan head coach Donnie Bostwick.
First time you being on the Antler Sports Network. Happy to have you in your Eagle program here on the ASN for the very first time. A pretty good way to start the season. Haven't played a game yet, and you're already ranked in the top 5. How does it feel to understand that you have high expectations early and that you already have that target on your back as being one of the best teams in the country?
Just a credit to last year's team. We always say preseason rankings are for the fans. Somebody has to do something. But I like our team and everything. Kyle, we go way back, obviously, and having some great battles. And it was a chance to play one of the better teams in the country. So we're excited we were able to get this happening.
Big-time matchup in a big-time arena. I mean, what better place to have a matchup of this magnitude? It's almost like Christmas, but for basketball heads like you and I. Beautiful arena. What went into getting this game here? Is there any little secret that you can tell us, any back-ended info?
Kind of funny, actually. USAO wasn't able to play as late, and Kyle was looking for a game. So I saw that, called him and said, hey, I need a game now. Let's play. Obviously, the Blankenship family is an amazing family, and Tulsa, Broken Arrow, Owasso, coaching and everything. So the opportunity for him to get up here around some family too. We kind of met here in the middle in Tulsa, and opportunity to play in the nicest gym, I think, in Oklahoma high school wise.
I mean, it's Hard to disagree with that. Here on the Antler Sports Network, we're based in Texas, and we've seen a lot of great gyms, both Division I all the way down to high school. But this has to be up there. It's a fantastic gym for a fantastic game. Of course, with it being your first time, talk about some of the guys you have that we should be looking out for tonight.
Yeah, our top guys are a couple returners. DJ Talton, point guard, going to be senior for us this year. He's All-American last year, good player. Big Jaden Lesky's been with us, a 3-time All-American. Big guy that just goes to work every day. Dylan Phillips, all-conference guard back. Those are our 3 leaders, our 3 seniors. Those are probably the 3 guys you need to be looking out for mostly.
Now, those 3 seniors, how much of a leadership role do they play? Of course, the ultimate dream for a coach is to be able to have a player-led anything, whether it be a practice, dinner, or what have you. Can you attest to that from those 3 guys?
They're 4 and 5 years, 6-year guys with the COVID even. So, I mean, they are the heart of our team. I could not even go in the gym and it'll be, rent practice and everything else with those guys. So, great people, better people than they are players, 4.0, strong Christian guys that are just great role models for our younger players and everything.
Now, let's talk film. What have you seen for the Pilots on tape that you're looking forward to seeing?
Oh, man, we played a couple years ago, but got a couple all-conference players from Wesleyan coming over, a couple all-conference guys back, 3 or 4, like 5 or 6 super transfers, and so they're always loaded. Got a tremendous, group of talent as usual. It's going to be a big battle.
Now, finally, Coach, we have our tradition here on the Antler Sports Network. When we talk to coaches for the first time, I always ask them this question. What is your go-to pregame or postgame meal or food?
Man, that's a good question. I kind of like McAllister's, man.
Really?
It's kind of light, and it's a little bit up or above Subway. I get a strawberry lemonade on the deal. So.
What are you, baked potato, club sandwich? What are we thinking?
I'm going with the Super Club, a 2 for $20 or whatever. It's a 2 for something, and you get like a King Club and some potato soup.
Can't beat that, Coach. Did you have any before this game, or what do you think?
I just ate at the house. Had to come over and put the charge line down and stuff, so had to get over here a little bit earlier today.
Again, thank you to Coach Donnie Boswick for giving us a minute to speak with him in the pregame. Clock is slowly but surely ticking down as we continue to end the pregame. Also had a quick chat with his opponent for tonight, LSU Shreveport head coach Kyle Blankenship.
Here in the pregame, Coach, I don't know about you, but it seemed like you just have a way with getting extremely difficult games to start out the season. Last year, you started off against Langston. This year, you're starting off against what was the newly christened fifth-rate team in the land in Oklahoma Wesleyan. Is there a method to the madness, or what's the secret?
We feel like these games early in the year prepare you for late in the season. And so we want to come in and get a test and kind of see where we are right out of the gates. Oklahoma Wesleyan's been a championship program at our level for many years, ever since Coach Boswick has been there. So we're looking for a great challenge again tonight.
Now, Coach, you're going into this great challenge with pretty much a whole new ball club than we saw a season ago. What's the summer been like? What has the offseason been and training camp leading up to this moment?
We had to work hard to put a roster together and had to be patient throughout the spring and even into the summer. But we felt like we did a really good job of putting some pieces together around 2 of our returners that have a lot of experience for us, that we're going to be counting on big time again this year. And, we like what we've got, and we're going to see, how it all kind of plays out tonight.
Now, Coach, talking about this Oklahoma Wesleyan team, last year they were top 3 in the NAIA in offensive rebounding. They're tenacious on the glass on both sides of the ball. Do you have something ready for them to try to keep them off the glass?
We've just got to match their intensity and toughness. We got to box out. We've got to chase down loose balls. They do a great job of really tipping it out on the offensive end to extend possessions for themselves. And so we've got to chase those down. Coach Boswick's teams have always played that style and played that way. And so, we'll have our hands full tonight, but hopefully we can compete on the glass with them.
Many new faces, and we have a long season ahead with the Pilots here on the Antler Sports Network. So here, how about a couple of faces that we should look out for?
Mikel Murray averaged about 16 a game at Division I and played at Wayland Baptist on the national tournament team last year. Really good player. We like all of our transfers. Davion Coleman got 14 a game at the Division II level. Trey Boston was a double-digit scorer at ULM for a year. And you can just go down the list of everybody we brought in. We brought them in for a reason, and that's to compete and play and hopefully give us a chance to have another year that we win and make the national tournament.
You were a very fast team last year, very tenacious. At some points, picking up all 94 feet and doing it seemingly effortlessly. Can we expect that same intensity on the defensive end with this team?
Yeah, we're very athletic. Well, we're a little smaller than we were last year, but our guys are going to fly around on both ends of the floor. We're going to try to pick up the pace, try to push the pace, try to play it at the pace we want. and I think you'll see an exciting bunch tonight.
Now, let's go in and look at the conference. Kind of looking at a bit of the future. Had a lot of shocking teams. We had University of the Southwest make it to the conference championship. It's a couple of minutes away from winning the whole thing. Of course, LSU Alexandria. You guys are one spot right behind, neck and neck, as it seems like it's always been. How was this game going to prepare you for a tough Red River Athletic Conference?
You know, the Red River historically has been a conference where, you know, our best teams go out and win at the national tournament. And, you know, we've been able to advance to the Sweet 16 the last 3 years. And we've had years where multiple teams made the Fab Four and Elite Eight. And I think this might be a year where you can see that, especially with what LSUA returns. Xavier's always one of those teams that they're going to compete at the top of the conference. And if they can make their way into the national tournament, they know how to win games there. And then you talked about Southwest. They return almost everybody. They return their best players off a team that was way better than what their record was last year, and they showed it in the postseason. So I think with that, and then added Texas A&M San Antonio to the league with Coach Dial, who has experience at Olu, and then the rest of the teams in our league that have always been competitive, I think it's going to be another fun year.
And what are those expectations? Of course, when everyone thinks LSU Shreveport, you already brought it up. Getting to the Sweet 16, making deep national tournament runs. What's their ceiling and what's their floor, if you could kind of ballpark it?
You know, we don't try to define our season on one major goal, which would be the national championship. That's everybody's dream. It's hard to do. It's hard to win. Yes, we strive for it. But at the end of the day, man, we want to be a team that always plays our best. We play hard. We have fun. And when people watch us, they go, man, those guys play together. And they love the game. And they represent LSUS and Coach Blankenship and their families and everybody else that they're out there playing for. So, you know, if we can get that out of our guys, I think we'll have a chance to compete for another championship and hopefully make another run in the national tournament.
Now, Coach, finally, one thing is going to be a bit odd this year when we show off the Lady Pilots this year. You won't be on the sidelines head coaching. Have you gotten even just a tad bit more sleep not having to coach two teams at the same time?
You know, I finally did once the summer rolled around. But looking forward to watching those girls, especially the returners. You know, they've got a really talented team, a team that can win the conference again, make a deep run in the national tournament. But I'm excited and fired up to just be focused on our men this year and to give them my full attention. And hopefully it will pay off in the end.
Do they feel a little bit better, at least your two returners? Are they finally happy that they get a full-time single coach?
Yeah, I think the relationship aspect of it, of being able to talk to my guys when practice is over instead of just rolling right into a women's practice, has really helped through the preseason. And, you know, I'm big on relationships, and I think those guys are as well. So hopefully that's something that we can continue to grow throughout the year, and it'll make it a special season for us.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time for talk is now over. We are just moments away from tip-off here in Skiatook, Oklahoma. And before we get started, let's go ahead and take a look at our starting lineup. Starting with the, I guess you could say, home team, Oklahoma Wesleyan University Eagles. Yasha McKenzie at the guard spot, along with the All-American Derek Talton Jr. at the 2 spot. Jaden Latsky at the 5, Nick Bean at the 4, and Dylan Phillip at the swing spot, manning the 3. And for Coach Kyle Blankenship and his LSU Shreveport Pilots, McKeel Murray at the 3 spot, Davion Coleman at the 2, Trey Boston at the 1, Taj Anderson at the 4 spot, and the big fella, the big man, Tyler Washington, Region 14 transfer, study liberal arts at Blinn College out of Delhi, Louisiana, the 6'9 senior, Tyler Washington. Those are our starting lineups, so let's head to the floor for the introduction of said starters.
Head coach Kyle Blankenship. And now the starting lineup for the Oklahoma Wesleyan University Eagles. 6 point guard, sophomore from San Antonio, Texas, Zero Yassi McKenzie. 5 guard senior from Fort Worth, Texas Point High School, number 3, Derek Talton Jr. 6'7 senior from Owasco, Oklahoma, number 5, Jaden 6'4", Richard Sophomore from Fort Worth, Texas, number 21, Nick Benet. 6'3" guard, Richard Sophomore from Hugo, Texas, number 23, Dylan Phillip. Head coach Donnie Oswald.
Thank you to our PA announcer for tonight for the emphatic introduction to both our starting lineups, and we are set to go from Sooner Country. LSUS, the visiting team, will be in their all gold tops and bottoms, purple and gray thin, piping along the sides. Pilots increasing across the chest with purple lettering and numerals with a thin white trim. Oklahoma Wesleyan in the nice, simple yet sleek Adidas uniforms, navy tops and bottoms, white piping along the holes of the jersey, OKWU and varsity block font across the front, plain white numerals and text. We are set to go if you're tuning in on ASN Radio. Oklahoma Wesleyan for this first half will be going from right to left on your respective device. LSUS from left to right. Oklahoma Wesleyan will take the opening tip, and we are set to go with it. Taking control, going across the timeline into the attacking zone is going to be Derek Talton Jr., the Arlington Martin former Warrior. Talton drives, this to the corner, looking for an open feed now. We play 10 seconds in this first quarter. Talton for 3, up the rim, no good. Rebound brought down by Washington, and Washington draws to quick foul. Foul is going to be called against Yasha McKenzie. The Cornerstone Christian guard is going to get his first personal, first team. And a quick foul early now as we've played just over 15 seconds in half number 1. LSU West after this will have an all Shreveport battle on the 30th of this month, Halloween Eve, against Centenary and the Gents. That is a home game tip-off from the dock. It's going to be at 6 o'clock. Quick pull-up 3, top of the key is Anderson, no good. Rebound gets brought down by Phillips. Dylan Phillips, the former Humble Creek Bulldog, 6'3", out of Humble, Texas. Still scoreless in the jam. Latsky with a 2-hand stuff. That's how we get the season going. First bucket of the game is a hammer down. 19:02 left in the first half. Into the corner now looking. Takes a step up. Fixes the shot. Kicks to the far side corner. Now short corner is going to be McKeel Murray. Murray Euros goes up through contact and it's good. Murray averaging 11 points, 5 boards, and an assist a game, shooting just over 50% from the field at 51. Former Central Michigan Chippewa, went to high school in Massachusetts and the state of Maine. Trying to get it down low, and it's going to be a loose ball foul call. That's going to be against the previously aforementioned McKeel Murray. That'll be his first, team first. We take another look at the emphatic slam that gave us our first bucket of the game, where we're sitting at 2-0. Wide open and easy stuff. As now Oklahoma Wesleyan will take it out under their own basket. They kick to the far side corner to Nick Benet. Benet looking. They get it down low. Now kick to Talton. Benet, great pass to Phillips. Phillips rises, double pumps, gets it tipped. Shot is no good. Rebound gets brought down by Lightsky. Lightsky gets fouled, and it's going to be Washington's first, team second, of our first free throws of the contest. Jaden Lightsky will head to the charity stripe. Last year shot 62% from the field. The KCAC Player of the Year, and also made the All-Conference First Team in 2022. The big 6'7" senior out of Owasso, Oklahoma, right down the street from us here. First free throw, bottoms right into the back of the net with 18:20 left to go in half number one. Second free throw, hit to the shot, no good. Rebound brought down by Murray. Murray now puts on the floor, crossing the timeline, hesitation step, Euros at the charity stripe, lays it through, and true with the English there. Murray, his second bucket of the game. Former Wayland Baptist Pioneer. Heard him mentioned in the pregame with head coach Kyle Blankenship, is now looking for room as McKenzie. McKenzie kicks it to Lightsky at the top of the key. Pivots now, faces up, 17 seconds, and it's stolen away by Washington. Washington has numbers now. Pilots slow down. Pull-up jumper from downtown. Nobody home. Offensive boards brought down by the Pilots as they look to try to reset. They eventually do to get it to Coleman. Davion Coleman, former product of St. Mary's University out of Houston, Texas, a 6'2" senior guard. Handoff from Washington. Now to Murray. Murray, elbow jumper, back iron, no good. Rebound is corralled by Benet, and Benet will now give it back over to McKenzie. McKenzie going through, hair flying in the wind. Kick to Phillip. Phillip, wing three, well off. McKenzie, the offensive rebound, the layup, no good. Letsky follows for two. Now 3-point advantage here by Oklahoma Wesleyan, the biggest lead of the game so far by either ball club. As we have 17-10 left to go. Two pending subs on the way for the Eagles. Long three, up and by Boston, side iron it off. Rebound brought down by Phillip. Phillip now to Talton Jr. Jr., the former Arlington Martin Warrior. A lot of DFW talent on this team. Talton fadeaway is good. (7-4) our current score with 16:45 left to go. With it on the far left wing is going to be Coleman. Coleman steps back, gather steps. Easy corner three from Boston, no good. The dry spell continuing for the Pilots from downtown. Benet on the board, gets it to Phillip running over to his left. Missed a three in the last possession. They get it to Lightsky. Lightsky, one power dribble, steps through, has Benet. Benet, the head fake rise, no good. Gets his own rebound, cleans it up, and will head to the line to shoot two. Coleman is first personal, third on the team already, so foul trouble rearing its ugly head with 6:22 left as the Eagles will head to the line for the second time tonight. Benet will head to the charity stripe for the first time. Was a conference defensive player of the week last year. The former Jackrabbit out of Forney High School. First shot, front iron, no good. Three subs coming in for Oklahoma Wesleyan. It's going to be Humberto Quintas Jr. checking in, as well as Jaden Wilson out of Lake Ridge High School. Second shot from Benet is good. And subbing in for Benet is going to be number 22, Blake Hamblin out of Seminole, Texas. Hamblin, an accounting major, was an all-district athlete in high school. As now LSU West looks to try to get something going on offense. 16-16 left to go in the first half. With it, dribbling to the left side, taking the double screen is Boston. Boston swings to Washington, jab step, pull up, long three. Got it. Washington gets onto the board. His first bucket of the game is a trifecta with 16 flat and counting in the first half. Looking for the V-cut opening is Wilson. Wilson no dice. However, Talton gets it snatched. Washington corrals it. It's going to be a reach and foul. Foul is going to be on Hamblin, his first, team second. It's now dueling substitutions coming up for LSU Shreveport. Checking in is going to be Melvin Flanagan as well as Tajay Hill. Hill was a Kansas Junior College Conference Player of the Week and a two-time All-Monroe County Player of the Week in the years of 2021 and 22. Flanagan, as we know from his games last year, college pedigree is in his blood. Washington, three ball, making it back-to-back. He's got the lucky bounce. Washington 2 for 3 from downtown, letting her fly with 15.5. He's got 6. Now in the attacking zone is Talton. Talton out of the top of the key, whether it is Hamblin. Hamblin dishes it to Wilson. Wilson, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Free throw line jumper, back iron and off. Rebound brought down by Murray. Murray to the scaling. Coleman on the right side, along right in front of us here. 15:09 left to go. Flanagan, stutter step between the leg, back dribble now, reset, steps back. Going to be guarded as soon as he gets to that three-point line by Humberto Kentish Jr. Kentish was part of the Latin American Junior NBA development program. Flanagan, bounce pass, 10 seconds on the shot clock now to Flanagan again. He's got to get something off here. Washington, follow-away jumper is going to be wide. Rebound up in the air, no good. Loose ball foul, looks like it might be, or was it out of bounds? Yep. They're going to say as Coleman went for the board, he stepped out under the basket. So now with 14:44 left to go. It's a 2-point quick lead already for LSU West. So 1 point down, 3 just a couple of minutes ago. Talton steps through, nobody home. Washington skies through for the board while falling out of bounds. With it is Murray. Murray, ball goes on the floor a little bit. Talton picks it up. In and out dribble to the right side. Fakes, dish, good for 2. We're knotted up at 10 here with 14:15 left to go in the first half. Knotted up at 10 once again. Hill on the right wing. Dribble drive by Coleman. Through contact. Got it. Tough bucket. Davian Coleman, the 6'2 senior, doing the dirty work as Talton fires for 3, back iron off. Rebound brought down by Kentish Jr. Kick to the corner. Open 3 is Wilson. Nobody home. Rebound brought down by Tajay Hill. Hill across the timeline now. Washington, the only thing keeping the Pilots away from the numbers advantage in that last fast break, though, will slow it down and set it up in the half court. Melvin Flanagan with it now, the former Wichita State Shocker. Out of Alexandria, Louisiana. Flanagan fires, steps back, no good. Rebounded by the Lake Ridge Eagle Wilson. Talton, layup, no good. Tries to clean his own board. Kentish Jr. does have it. And now we'll get back out and reset. Great turnaround, mid-range jumper from 13. Got it. Tied up again at 12 apiece. Now the team able to get a true advantage here in the early going. So we have 13 minutes remaining. Washington setting up the top of the key. Now swings to the corner. And a bit of an overload set now. Cut swing to the left to Flanagan. Flanagan takes the screen, fires for 3, rattles in and out. Rebound by Wilson again. That's his 4th rebound of the game. To Talton, was wide open, tries to save it. Right in the waiting hands of a Pilot. It's a 3-on-1 break. Euro step, no good. See if they're going to put it on the floor or not. Jaden Wilson will get whacked for the foul. First personal, 3rd on the team. They will mark it on the floor. Substitutions coming up for both teams. No, it's going to be shooting 2 here. As they call for subs. Checking in is going to be Yashi McKenzie, as well as Daniel Oluwasuye and Dylan Phillip checking in for Oklahoma Wesleyan. Hayden Brittingham as well as Josh Anderson will check in for LSU Shreveport. And nope, no free throws. Shot clock will be reset to 20 as LSUS will take it on their own basket. Stagger now. Whether it is Flanagan. Flanagan kick to Murray. Murray to Hill. Long scathing 3. No good. Skying high for it. And grabbing the board is going to be Oluwasuye. With it is McKenzie. McKenzie stops on a dime. Almost traveled there, but great footwork to keep his feet planted. With it on the reset is going to be Amari Woods, who also checked in that last substituting period. With it is McKenzie. Gets bumped. Long 2. Phillips short corner. No good. Rebound brought down by the Pilots. On the open break, it's 3-on-2. Numbers advantage to the Eagles. Layups no good. And a foul is going to be called on Oluwasuye, his first, team 4th. As the Pilots will head of the line for the first time tonight. Taking the first cracks at the charity stripe is going to be Taj Anderson, the Nicholls State University transfer out of Queens, New York. Coming out of high school, received offers from TCU, New Mexico State, and the University of Texas at Arlington as he missed the first off the back iron. 12:03 left to go in the first half. Last season, Anderson, a 66% free throw shooter. Second shot is good as he splits the trip. Now with 12 minutes left in the first. 1 point lead for the Pilots here on the road. McKenzie, left step back, resets, gets it to Benet. Benet spins, looking, has Woods. Woods jab, fires for three, rattles it home from downtown. Mario Woods, the former Bowie Volunteer out of Arlington, Texas, shot 37% from downtown last season. Already shooting 100% to start off the year tonight. 11 and a half left to go. Clock ticking. Down screen is set to try to free up Hill. Sid Flanagan will keep it. 10 seconds on the shot clock now. Attacks, gets in the middle of the zone, finds a man under the basket. It's no good. Can't get it to go as Murray. Murray tips it back. Another tip is going to be brought down by Phillips. Woods, 5-on-2 break. The pass, the layup is good from Benet. Now the lead is quickly expanded to 4 for Oklahoma Wesleyan. Flanagan, closely guarded. Up and under, layups no good. Might have got whacked, but no whistle. Benet on the board. With it is Phillip along the far sideline. McKenzie, transition three, no good. Topped by Oluwasuye, and it will be out of bounds. Pilots ball. Dueling subs for LSU West, Sajay Hill and Trey Boston checking back in. LSU Shreveport will go back on offense. Oklahoma Wesleyan looking to send some pressure. LSU West is coming off their 9th conference regular season title. They've made the national tournament every year since 2005. Pull up three off the catch is Anderson. Nobody home. Nothing but oxygen on that one with 10:30 left. Oklahoma Wesleyan will take it back. With it is Woods. The Eagles going from right to left on your respective device with 10:19 left. They get it to Benet. Benet down low to Oluwasuye. Bumps, fades, jumper, no good. Tip, McKenzie on the offensive boards. Quick run, Woods, pull up jumper for short corner, no good. Oluwasuye tried to corral it again. It will be Eagles ball. We said it in the pregame in my talk with Coach Donnie Boswick, one of the best offensive rebounding teams in the country. Number 3 in all of NAIA last year in offensive rebounding margin. You can see why in the early going tonight. Woods gets it down low to Phillip. Phillip to Benet. Benet, follow-away jumper. Gets the shooter's roll, won't go. Strong rebound by Davion Coleman. Coleman running the floor. It's an uneven 3-on-2 break. Blocking foul is going to be called on the floor. Woods cannot believe it as Oluwasuye helps him up. That's foul number 5 on the team. First on him. Now Derek Talton Jr. seen enough in the all-conference freshman. One-time all-conference freshman will step in for McKenzie. They look to inbound, and they do. Right in front of us here, Trey Boston with it. Boston, interestingly enough, has his own clothing brand called TB3. How about that? 9.5 left to go. 14 on the shot clock. Bump, follow-away jumper. Tough baskets, no good by Coleman. The Houston, Texas product rattles in and out. With it is the Eagles. Spin for Phillip. Couldn't complete the spin cycle, didn't put enough clothes in the basket. Euro step, swatted away by Oluwasuye as Boston will head to the line to shoot 2. Foul is going to be called against Nick Benet. 6th on the team. First on Benet. Trey Boston headed the line on the first time, shot 75% from the charity stripe last season. His first shot is good. Washington will be checking back in for LSU West as well as Lightsky for the Eagles. Trey Boston, the Chicago, Illinois hometown kid out of Lincoln University, goes perfect from the line. Now it is a 3-point lead for LSU Shreveport. And the big-time jam going down the hammer. Litsky flying high. We saw the Eagles soaring in the pregame, looking like it was a makeshift dunk contest, and it's continuing here. On the blitz, it's going to be stolen away by Talton Jr. Running, Lightsky, the rise, the jam! Timeout, LSU Shreveport. First time out of the game, and understandably so. Coach Blanket Company wanted to talk things over. Take another look at the big-time jam. It's 21-15. Back after this from the ASN family platforms, this is LSU Pilots basketball. So we're back. Two jams, all by one All-American, folks. We take another look at what transpired before the break. LSU Wesleyan to take a timeout, throwing the hammer down. The big 6'7" forward, Jaden Lightsky, with the two-hand stuff. Current score is 21-15. At one point, LSU West was up 3 with the number 5 team in the country, surging and surging quickly, folks. 8:52 left to go in the first half. And our NAIA Who's Report Game of the Week on ASN2 and ASN Radio. So far, LSU West 5 for 18 from the floor, shooting just below 28%. Oklahoma Wesleyan 9 of 25, 36%. On the dribble drive is Coleman. Coleman rises, a lot of contact, no good. Washington takes a hard fall. Slow to get up as Talton's out of bounds, and it will stay here. Well, 8:37 left to go in the first. Washington's backup seems to be okay. Quick sub is going to be Jaden Wilson for Oklahoma Wesleyan. Take another look at that last big-time dunk from Lightsky. He's a perfect 4 for 4, 9 points. And plenty of dunks to go to the highlight tape. With 8.5 as we approach. Great screen, pinned down for Austin. Austin to Washington. Washington's been money from downtown. Hard runner, no good. Lightsky with the board. Immediately hands it off to Wilson, who just checked back into the game. With it, Woods fires for 3. Won't go. Rebounds brought down, snatched by LSUS, and they will keep possession. Skip passes over to Boston. Boston, he skips it to Coleman. Coleman, drive, short corner, and has a man in the corner. It's Anderson out of bounds. Nobody home. Flanagan will be checking back in for LSU Shreveport. Humberto Quintus Jr. out of Cologne, Panama will be checking in for Oklahoma Wesleyan. Oklahoma Wesleyan looking to nurture this lead. With 8 minutes left to go on the first. Screen by Lightsky. Talton now has Washington, and they eventually switch back. Flanagan, great defense, but an even better shot by Dylan Phillip for 2. On the drive, looking to respond is Boston. Boston gets it tipped. Flanagan has it. Kick to the corner to Austin now. Austin, hop step, kicks. Open 3 for Boston. Bottoms from downtown. It's Cash from Boston. Not out of Beantown, though. This Boston is from Shottown, the Windy City. With a kick to Kentish. Down low. Couple power dribbles is Wilson. Wilson working against Austin. Follow away jumper runner, one-handed, no good. And a loose ball foul is going to be called against Wilson. So Wilson will get his second personal foul. 6 on the team. Is now a pending substitute for Coach Blankenship and his pilots. We'll send it to the line. And it will put LSUS into the 1-1.
At the line, shoot 1-1 for the Pilots, number 3, Devontae Austin.
Austin will take his first shots from the line tonight. You see those vibrant pink KDs that he's wearing. 1-1 is no good. Will not have a second shot at it. Ironically, used to work at Foot Locker, so of course he would have pretty solid taste in shoes. Washington tying it up under the basket, and it's get snatched away. Izuakbi getting the turnover and the layup on the other side by Melvin Flanagan. Melvin Flanagan, the absolute speedster out of Wichita State. Dad played at Mississippi Gulf Coast. He was the Central Louisiana most valuable player back in high school. With it, bounce pass stolen away by Flanagan, his second steal of the game. Flanagan looks to his left, throw to Washington. Washington, very great pass to Boston to make the extra, and it's going to be a stoppage. Loose ball fouls on the floor. That's foul number 7. Nikhil Murray will check back in. Looking to see who that last foul was on. That was going to be against Himaje Izuabe. His first, team 7. Shooting the 1-and-1 is going to be Trey Boston. Boston 1 for 4 from the field, has 5 points, a 3 and 2 free throws. First half of the 1-and-1 is clinched. As Yashi McKenzie out of San Antonio, Texas will be checking back in. The state champion in high school, transferred out of Southern Arkansas Tech. In his AAU days in high school, played for Pro Skills San Antonio affiliate travel team. Second shot from Boston is bueno. Perfect trip to the line on the 1-and-1. Unblemished night from the charity stripe continues for him. Gives him more points. Point number 6 for him in the game. With it, it's Salton Jr. Top of the key, loose ball foul is called. Foul is going to be against LSU West number 12, Melvian Flanagan. His first, team 4th. It was 3 quick fouls in the first 2 minutes of the game as we approach 6:25 for LSU West as Lightsky fakes, rises, no good. Trying to clean up his mess. He does it. Snaps down by the Pilots. Great rebound amongst the trees for the 6'2 Davion Coleman. Flanagan pulls transition 3, no good. Rebound brought down by Oluwasole on the board. 6 minutes left to go. Talton takes the screen. Spins. Fades. Can't get it. Washington tips it. Last touch by the Pilots, and it will be Eagles ball. With 5:55 left to go in the first half, Oklahoma Wesleyan coming into this one. They've won 4 of the last 5 KCAC Conference Championships and the most Texas-heavy roster in all of NAIA of any non-Texas team. Oluwasuye can't get it to go. Washington corrals the board. Now great ball movement here on the break. It's 1-on-1. Flanagan versus McKenzie. Rises up and under, gets the foul, takes a hard fall. That's foul number 8 on the team. Foul is going to be against Oluwasuye. That's his second, 8th on the team. As Flanagan will head to the line for the first time. Dueling subs pending for the Eagles. First shot for Flanagan, straight nylon. We're back tied up, folks. Third time we've been tied tonight. Benet as well as Dylan Phillip, 2 starters will be checking in. Phillip listed as a guard, but he spent a lot of his time on the post trying to exploit these matchups as Flanagan can't get the second one to fall. Benet on the board gets tipped by Boston. Boston tried to play it off and say Benet hit it, but official right there. Ain't going to fall for that one. With 5:41 left to go. Now it's inbound at the Talton. Derek Talton Jr. out of Cowtown, Fort Worth, Texas. Getting picked up on 94 feet. An All-American. Benet. Long 2. Got it. Benet, point number 5 for him. He's now 2 for 4 from the field. Second amongst all active scores for Oklahoma Wesleyan. Litsky has 9 and leads all scores for both teams. And a loose ball foul is going to be called on McKenzie on the cut. McKenzie not happy at all. McKenzie, his second, that's the team's 9th. They'll shoot once more, this time to shoot a deuce. Coleman, the senior's first shot, can't get the lucky bounce. McKenzie will check out in foul trouble. Amari Woods out of Arlington, Texas will check in. Coleman shot 70% for the charity stripe last year. Former Texas State Bobcat. Brother plays Division I at Houston Christian football, that is. Hits the second shot. Now we're back to a 1-point game. Here's Salton now, going from right to left on your respective device. 5:04 left to go. Benet fakes a screen, leaks out. Pass gets tipped, would have had an open three. Latsky trying to battle for position down low. They get it to Phillip. Phillip now, 14 seconds on the shot clock. Drives, left elbow, steps back, follow away jump over Flanagan. Can't get it. Benet almost had the rebound, but Washington tips it, and it'll be Eagles ball again. Carter Road cowbell there. For all of our Texas viewers, yes, every once in a while you hear Oklahoma basketball crowd with a little bit of cowbell action. It's going to be a pinwheel pin down. They get it to Latsky on the cut, gets double, short corner. They have it to Benet. Benet, right elbow from the charity stripe, no good. Two pilots go for it, but one Eagle comes down with it. Benet looking, Phillips jabs, kicks far side, Woods, open wing three, no good. Rebound Phillip again, another offensive board. Gets it tipped out of his hands, out of bounds. Washington pleading his case, saying he hit off of Phillips' leg. Washington isn't going to change his decision. As we'll have a quick stoppage of play. The officials talking things over with 4:29 left to go in the first half. We talked about in the pregame with Coach Kyle Blankenship how great of an offensive rebounding team this Oklahoma Wesleyan Eagle team is. That was their 9th offensive board to LSUS's 2. Loose ball foul is going to be charged. Foul is going to be charged to McKeel Murray. Murray, his 2nd personal, team 5th. With 4:26 left, LSUS Coach Blankenship making a quick sub. The Nicholls State transfer, Taj Anderson, nephew of NBA great Kenny Anderson. A little bit of NBA royalty in the house. Phillip kicks to the corner. With it, driving is Talton. Out of bounds, and Trey Boston absolutely befuddled. His reaction, giving the referee beside us here on the far side sideline a bit of a chuckle, myself included. They get it into Latsky. Latsky one-on-one against Washington. Layup. Great touch around the hoop. It's good. Latsky, he's an All-American. And you're seeing why, folks. State tournament MVP back in high school. Graduate of nearby Owasso, Oklahoma, out of Rejoice Christian High. Motion offense here, double staggered screen. Pull up three by Boston's. Got it to stop the bleeding. And we are tied at 27. With it is Benet. Benet to the driving Woods. Woods kicks to Talton Jr. Talton immediately blitzed. Back to Woods on the right side wing. Hop step. Talton kicks. Phillips. 3 ball. Nobody home. Nothing but oxygen on that one. On the defensive board is Anderson. The Pilots looking to push it here. Up the floor. Toe tap catch by Coleman. Coleman pull up from 13. Rattles in. And the Pilots are back in front. You know the lead change in this one. If you're trying to keep up at home, have fun. And it's going to be a blocking foul called against Anderson. Too much body on that one. Anderson, that'll be his first, team 6th. So now 2 more fouls for LSUS, and they'll be putting the Eagles on the line. With it is Talton. 3:07 on the game clock, 13 on the shot clock. Talton around the world and an extra stop at the airport for 2. Talton Jr. with that bucket has 4 points on the day as we cross 4 minutes. With it is Anderson. Anderson jabs, kicks, long 3 for a Boston short. Offensive rebound by Coleman. Coleman free throw line jumper. Too much of a hitch in that one. Rebound brought down by Benet. Benet gives it to Talton Jr. Up the floor. Latsky for 2. Counting to the deuce. It was out the defensive rebound. Great transition offense. Caught the Pilot sleeping. Had the big man right down the middle. As Anderson draws the foul. 2nd personal, 7th on the team. Jane Litsky will head to the charity stripe to shoot 2. He's shooting 62% from the field. Well, from the line on his career. Misses that one. Rebound by Washington. Draws the loose ball foul. That one's going to be against Amari Woods. Woods his 2nd. Team 10th. So now LSUS will be shooting 2 the rest of the way for the remaining 2:40 in this first half. Tyler Washington will take it from the charity stripe. his first time at the line. He has 6 points and 3 boards, and to tack on with 2 3 balls. Washington, a liberal arts major, back at Region 14 blend. The big man's first shot is good.
And the ball game to Eagles number 13,
Malachi Ockenberg will be checking in for the first time tonight. Ockenberg, the Denton Braswell graduate out of Little Elm, Texas.
second free throw.
As Washington goes perfect from the line, and we are tied again. Boston has been face guarding Talton all evening long, trying to get him off the ball as much as possible. About as annoying as that one in-law around Thanksgiving with 2:27 left. Talton Jr. for 3. Bottoms. It's cash. The All-American shooting 26% from downtown last year. Finally gets one to fall. Flanagan. Washington. He'll let one fly. No good. Strong rebound. Going back up. And it's good. It's Davion Coleman. Davion Coleman, that's his 7th point of the game and 6th rebound. The 6'2 guards cleaning up on the glass with 2 minutes. Dos minutos left to go. 3 ball is no good by Ockenborg, but comes up with the steal after the missed throw from LSUS on the break. Benet, open 3, no good. Washington on the rebound with 1:45 left to go. Well, it is Tajay Hill. Hill taking his time, swings it to Boston. Boston heels along the timeline with 1.5 minutes. 10 seconds on the shot clock now. Washington jabs, steps back, gets it to Coleman. It's got to make something happen and quick, and it's swatted away. Big time block. Loose ball foul is called. Foul is going to be called against LSU Shreveport's Davion Coleman. Second personal, 8th on the team. Now Oklahoma Wesleyan will be heading to the line to shoot 1 and 1. Checking in is going to be Devontae Austin. The Monroe, Louisiana product out of Lee College. As Benet will head to the line for his second trip tonight. He's already 1 for 2. Fantastic game so far. 5.7 boards and assists, but a 2 for 6 from the field. 1 and 1 free throw is no good. Washington snatching down the defensive glass. Hill gets it to Flanagan now. As we approach 1:13 left to go in the first half. Flanagan takes the staggered screen to Washington. Strong throw to Boston. Boston steps back. Doesn't have anything. Inside of 1 minute. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Hill kicks. Corner. Austin goes up through contact. Won't go. Gets the rebound. Follows up. Counted and the bucket.
That is good. Fouls on the Eagles, number 5, Jaden Nowitzki.
Jaden Nowitzki gets whacked with the offensive foul, his first. As he will take a quick seat. Olawasuye will check in for him. As Austin will head to the line for a second time tonight. This time he's good. Austin, his 3rd point of the game. 36-34 LSUS. 45 seconds left to go in this first half. Out of bounds, we'll say, with Oklahoma Wesleyan. So Oklahoma Wesleyan team not only being ranked 5th in the opening NAIA polls, but also picked as the favorite to win the Kansas Collegiate Athletic Conference. On the inbound is Talton. Talton double team. Bounce pass it to Wilson. Wilson dribble drive. Stand up 3. No good. Tough rebounds brought down by Tajay Hill. 30 seconds left. 2 seconds. About 2.7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks now. Looks like they're going to try to take as much time off this clock as they can. Washington is now over to Boston. Try to find that in the map. 9 seconds left. 5 on the shot clock. 4, 3, 2, open 3. It's good. Last shot of the half by Talton Jr. Off the glass and no good. And what has been a heck of a contest. First half is over, and we'll have a chance to collect ourselves. In a game that's gone back and forth, LSU West squeaks out a lead heading into the locker room, 39-34. We come back, we'll look over stats and get you ready for the second half from the ASN family of platforms. This is college basketball on ASN2.
And welcome to the Antler Sports Network. Just an absolute great game we have coming up here featuring after the rankings came out, the coaches poll came out. We have a top 15 battle ahead here, and very, very excited for this one. We're going to have a battle seemingly between two teams that seem to be in Kansas City almost every year. I believe both of these squads have been there 3 of the last 4 years. So going to be an awesome battle here between two coaches that have won a lot of ball games. Coach Bostwick, obviously, at the Oklahoma Wesleyan, has certainly done a lot of good things over his career, and and then Coach Blankenship at LSU Shreveport. A little less on his hands this year. Really fun tip or fun not tip but fun fact about him. Last year he coached the men's and women's team at LSU Shreveport and led them both to the NAIA national tournaments, and just a really fun ride for him last year. But this year he gets to focus in on the men's team, back on the men's team, as that's where he originally started with. This one's going to be a heck of a battle in game one. I will put an emphasis on the fact that this is game one. This is one of those situations where both teams are going to leave here better teams. This is not going to make or break either one of these teams' seasons here. This is one of those situations where both these teams is going to help their RPI. It's going to, not that they really need it. They're both going to be fine either way, but this is going to be a great test to come out of this one. And both these coaches and both these teams are going to leave this game kind of knowing where they're at and be able to build off it. I think that's the most important thing to take from this game. Again, two teams that are entering the season kind of in different spots here. You got Oklahoma Wesleyan, who is they're the veteran group. You got number 5, and like I said, number 5 in the country to start the season, coming off a 31-3 season last year, and another trip to Kansas City in the round of 16. Returning 3-time All-American forward, Jaden Leifsky, he'll be number 5 tonight. 6'8" senior that just is a brute. LSU Shreveport is going to really have to keep him off the glass. One of the best rebounders in the country. He is just very, very good around the rim, particularly. And if he catches the ball anywhere around the rim, he's just such a great finisher around the rim. But also he does a lot of good things around the rim as well. It's such a great passer if you go to double team him. And then he's improving a lot of his perimeter skills as well. So continues to get better and better each year. Really looking forward to watching Jaden play. This is a type of game for him, as he starts off his National Player of the Year campaign, that maybe this is a statement game for him where he's looking to, again, this is the first game of the year. I want to make sure we put the brakes on that, but certainly a game to look back on, at the end of the year where he can make a mark for his National Player of the Year here. So, Jaden, heck of a player and one to watch for sure tonight. His counterpart here is DJ Talton Jr. DJ is another All-American, 5'10", one of the best two-way players in the country. Just a little spitfire. He was a KCAC Defensive Player of the Year as well last year. Led the league in assists, averaging right around 5 a game. Average 5 rebounds per game. Just kind of does everything. He's a threat to get a triple-double almost every night. He is one of the best point guards in the entire country. And then he's, like I said, Defense Player of the Year in the league in the KCAC last year. He is going to hound those Shreveport guards. And then even when he's not on the ball, he gets in those passing lanes and disrupts teams defensively all over the floor as well. So those are the two best players, I would say, from Oklahoma Wesleyan. They do return 3 starters, and then they return 8 of their top 10 from last year. Another all-conference player and Dylan Phillip as well. Very, very good team. A lot of depth from last year. They're going to have a couple transfers as well. They do bring some transfers in, and a couple JUCO kids, and Yashi McKenzie, and then Justin Haynes. Justin Haynes will add some size a little bit. So they will. He was the number one rebounder in the Cali JUCO League last year. So another kid that can come in and help not just provide some depth but some size and some rebounding as well. And then they have some good freshmen. They always seem to rifle in some freshmen that always play well and do some things as well. So. Always interesting to see what they bring in from freshmen. I know Jensen Knowles from Richmond High School in Texas is a player to watch for them. Was the Gasso first team All District Gasso Finals MVP tournament, and then first team All District selection for Richardson High School as well. But the Eagles are always one of the best teams in the country, as you can see, as they're number 5 in the country to start the year, and certainly will be a really, really good team tonight. And the veteran group, like I said, so that you expect them to come out and play well tonight, as they've been together for quite a while here. So, and then on the other end of the court, you're gonna have Shreveport, who they do return Tyler Washington and Melvin Flanagan, 2 all-conference guards, or 2 all-conference players, I should say, that do provide a lot of good leadership for him. Flanagan was a transfer last year from D1 Wichita State, who is a really good player, and Tyler Washington is a 2-time all-conference player, so been there for 2 years. Will provide some experience as well. I think that our transfer class is one of the better ones in the country. I really like it. Led by Davian Coleman. He was at D2 St. Mary's last year. Can really score it. I think he had 7, 8, 9, 20-point games last year at D2, one of the best D2 leagues in the country. And then he was at D1 Texas State before that. They also bring in that kid Tajay Anderson. He was a JUCO All-American prior to his Division One. I know he had some injury issues at Division One, but can really stroke it from the outside. Interesting note, I was actually able to watch him play live in JUCO, and man, I can tell you right now, he's a heck of a basketball player. Really can stroke it from outside, and when he gets going, he's really tough to stop. And then they brought in 2 all-conference all-conference players from Wayland Baptist in the Sooner Athletic Conference, and Michael Murray and Tajay Hill, and 2 guys that when we saw them play last were playing pretty decent basketball down the stretch at Wayland, and had a good Sooner Athletic Conference tournament. So 2 kids that can play well, and then they brought in a couple other JUCO kids out of Devontae Austin out of Lee College, and Hayden Birmingham out of Tallahassee State College. So 2 powerhouse JUCOs right there as well. They're loaded with talent. I mean, they are really loaded with talent. So this is gonna be one of those situations where does it take them game one? I mean, can they come out of the gates and ready to roll right away, or does it take some time for them to get going? Because they have the talent to compete in this game, no doubt. But as we can see, sometimes it can take these teams with a lot of new faces. It may take them 3, 4, 5 games to get going. So that would be one of the if you want to go quote unquote keys to victory, it'll just be one of those simple things. Does LSU Shreveport, do they struggle out of the gate just trying to gel a little bit, especially against a veteran group like Oklahoma Wesleyan, or does that not really matter? Are their juices flowing, adrenaline flowing enough? Maybe they come out hot out of the gate and start shooting the ball really well. And for Oklahoma Wesleyan, they're so good defensively, but it's really hard to get a scouting report on an LSU Shreveport team where you don't have a lot of you may be able to go back and watch some of their film on other schools and stuff and get a personnel scout. But it's very tough to get a scouting report for Oklahoma Wesleyan. So it's going to be one of those situations where first game of the year is going to be very tough to gauge or for Oklahoma Wesleyan, it's going to be hard for them to kind of lock in defensively because they don't have a scouting report. And for LSU Shreveport, it's just going to be whether they can gel right away and with all the new faces, or do they just come out red hot early. But They do have better guard play this year, which will help out, I think, a lot, especially when they're playing against a really, really good defensive team like Oklahoma Wesleyan. But we'll see. This is going to be a very, very good game. That's what you expect out of a top 15 matchup. It's really awesome that we get this game, first game of the year. Like I said at the beginning, though, this is one of those games where both teams are going to come out of this better, no matter if you win or lose. I think this is one of those games that you just build off of, and I think that's why both of these coaches scheduled this game. Awesome that we get this game out of the gates, but and I'm really awesome that we get the Antler Sports Network to be able to cover this game, because they are really, really great. It's really, really great that we get a good company to be able to cover this game, just from the NEI standpoint. Whenever you get good quality coverage, it makes the game even better. So I hope everybody enjoys it. I know I'm going to. I know we'll have some more coverage later on after this game's over, but I hope everybody enjoys it, and we'll see you guys next.
Back in Oklahoma for the half, LSU West at 13th ranked Pilots. Could they possibly have the 5th ranked team in the land in the Oklahoma Wesleyan Eagles on upset alert? Don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Take another look at the stats at the half. Our leading scores for LSU West, top 3 scorers are Trey Boston with 10, Tyler Washington with 8. 6 of those points being 3 balls. And Davion Coleman with 7. Nikhil Murray, not too far from him, with 4 points to his credit. Jaden Litsky leading all after scores both for both teams and Oklahoma Wesleyan with 13 points. Derek Talton Jr., DJ with 7, Nick Benet with 5, Amari Woods off the bench with 3. And as we talked about, not only in the pregame but throughout tonight's broadcast, as you can see on the graphic on your screen, folks, the offensive rebound count off the charts. Oklahoma Wesleyan with 14 offensive rebounds compared to LSU Shreveport's 5. We talked about it with Coach Blankenship at the pregame, how important keeping the Eagles off the glass can be or will be. But so far, even though a lopsided offensive rebound count, total rebounds, LSU West only behind by 2. As we're ready for half number 2, LSU West will take the opening possession right behind us here. First 20 on the clock, and we are set. Both teams starting units back onto the floor. Boston's out there with Washington. Murray and Coleman and Anderson out there on the floor for LSU Shreveport. It's McKenzie, Talton Jr., Litsky, Benet, and Phillip on the floor for Oklahoma Wesleyan. First shot of the half, no good from Washington. Oklahoma Wesleyan will take their opening offensive possession. Talton Jr. Litsky, he's got the numbers advantage, rises up and over, no good, and foul. First foul of the half, and it's a quick one. We haven't even played 30 seconds left. 30 seconds yet. Foul is going to be tagged against Nikhil Murray. That's Murray's 3rd. First on the team of the half. Back to the charity stripe. For the 3rd time tonight, Jaden Litsky, he's 1 for 3 from the line this evening, shooting 62 from the charity stripe for his career. Oklahoma Wesleyan went 2 for 6, 33% in the first half from the line. First shot is bueno. Litsky averaging 17, 5, and an assist and a half a game. This is bueno again. Perfect from the charity stripe to begin the half. And here we go. 30 seconds have elapsed in this second half. Stepping back, Coleman. Well, excuse me, that's Boston. Trey Boston, that is. He steps back and resets. Now swing to the far right side is Coleman. Back to Boston. Boston dribble drive. Back to Washington. Washington to Anderson now. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Drives, kicks. Open 3. Boston from the corner. Can't get the shooter's roll. Rebound brought down by Talton Jr. That's rebound number 2 for him on the night. Reset to Benet. Benet stutter steps. Open is McKenzie. Bounce pass. And it's snatched away. Great active hands by Coleman. Coleman on the break. Euro step. Big English in the 2. Nikhil Murray going coast to coast with a passport. 18:47 and counting. And a fantastic bucket to expand the LSU Shreveport lead. Litsky rises. Counting on the foul. Foul is going to be called against Davion Coleman as we take another look. The drop step, the head fake, and the bucket. 38-41 our score. Litsky's free throws, no good. Rebounds brought down by McKenzie. McKenzie rides a swat but behind by Washington. Not today, says the big fella. Euro step, again, no good. Litsky on the board. Coleman with the missed layup, thought it was some contact, wanted a call, but to no fruition. Stepping back and resetting is the All-American Talton. Steps back, kills his dribble, looking for Benet. Has him on the pin down. Benet to Phillip. Phillip, follow-away jumper for two, won't go. Rebound by Benet. He turns, can't get it either. This one, McKenzie right in front of his own bench, saves it. Phillip for three. It's no good. McKenzie tips it. Tipped again by Washington. And LSU Shreveport will finally control possession after Taj Anderson pulls it down. Here's Trey Boston. Guarded by McKenzie. Swings to his right side to Coleman. Coleman, single dribble to Washington. Washington back to Coleman. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Follow-away twos, nothing but net. It's good. Coleman on that one gives him 9. Second amongst LSU West scores. Here's McKenzie. McKenzie still hasn't gotten onto the book with a bucket tonight yet. They get it to Talton Jr. Closely guarded by Anderson. Head fakes, spins, no good on the spin cycle. Well, it is Anderson. Anderson to Coleman on the right. LSU West in this half going from right to left if you're tuning in on ASN Radio. Step back. Shimmy. No good. On the shake and bake. Not on a baking powder, I guess. High pass is intercepted. Almost snatched away by Anderson, and they save it and they get possession. Layup is no good, but it will head to the line. Oklahoma Wesleyan, their second foul of the half. Nick Benet, the former Forney Jackrabbit, will get whacked. Second personal, first on the team. 2 subs checking in as Murray will head to the line to shoot 2. First shot off the back iron and no good. Both teams making subs. Austin will check in for LSU Shreveport. Wilson.
Number 11, Tamanje
as well as Izuwakbe will be checking in for Oklahoma Wesleyan. No, also won't be checking in just yet. Looks like he's going to be checking in for Murray, barring the result of the second shot. It's no good. Oklahoma Wesleyan will control possession. The Pilots with that miss. Still solid on the day from the charity stripe. 10 of 16, 62.5%. Open for 3, no good. Rebound by Anderson amongst the trees. Lot pass to Washington, diving, rising, head fakes, rises, and gets walloped. Second foul of the half. It's going to be called against Izuwakbe, the former Burleson Elk. Was an area qualifier in high school for high jump and an all-Johnson County basketballer in high school. Tyler Washington will head back to the charity stripe. So far tonight, he's been perfect 2 for 2. Dribble, spin of the basketball. Shot is up and down. As Austin will finally check in. As it looks like it's going to be a 30-second timeout called by Oklahoma Wesleyan, and we'll take it with them. Back in 30, LSU slowly but surely increasing that lead. Up with 16:35 left to go. The timeout. Oklahoma Wesleyan, Coach Donnie Bostwick and company want to talk things over down technically at home, 44-38 to LSU Shreveport. The Pilots in the second half have definitely taken control in this one so far, looking to continue that streak here tonight. As Washington will look to finish his trip to the line. Hit the first. The second one is bueno. 45-38 our score, with 16:30 left in the second half of play. Battle of the 5th ranked and 14th ranked team in the land. His drive is going to be brought down. Foul is going to be called against Austin. Austin's first. Second on the team. Third on the team, that is. As Flanagan will be checking in. The state champion in high school in 2020. As Taj Anderson will check out. They get it to Litsky. Litsky gets the great feed to Wilson for 2. The Eagles still in it. And still plenty of basketball left to go. 16-10 left to go in the second half. Looking for some room is Boston. Boston moves to Flanagan. Flanagan guarded by Woods. Coleman in the left corner. Heavily contested long. 2 well off. And now a chance to bring this down to one possession game for the Eagles. Woods to Litsky. Litsky gets down low. Might have a mismatch on him. See if they'll try to take advantage of it. Washington switches on to him. They get it to him anyway. Rises to slam. Litsky, the big-time two-handed jam. And it's a 3-point lead for LSU West. Step back, long 2. No good. Rebound Litsky. Litsky running, and it's tipped out of bounds by Washington. They say last touch Eagles. And now Hill will step back into the game for LSU Shreveport. Take another look at the jam. That's the 3rd dunk for Litsky tonight. Had great position over Washington. Power dribble, drop step, throwing it down. Blake Hamble will be checking back in. Second time we've seen him tonight. 15-20 and counting. Now Boston getting picked up 94 feet by Amari Woods. Crossing the timeline now. Goes across, still looking. Gets downhill. Eventually gets to Flanagan. Now to Washington. Washington drives. Layup. High arcing. No good. Rebound brought down by Talton Jr. Talton in the attacking zone. To Woods. Drives. Got a fantastic floater. 1-point game. More defensive pressure being thrown on by Oklahoma Wesleyan now. Now both Boston and Flanagan getting faced guarded. He responds with a deep 2. Lee goes back to 3 with 14:35 left in the second half. And our NAI Who's Report game of the week to open the season. Woods drives. Jay, no good. Washington tried to tip it. And it is Oklahoma Wesleyan ball. The Eagle bench growing irate. Shot clock will reset to 20. That's now coming back in for Washington. Going to be Mikael Murray. He'll be checking in as a makeshift 5. Standing at 6'5" inches tall, the senior guard, St. Mary's University transfer. With it is Litsky. Litsky, touch, and it's good. This kid is absolutely money from around the rim. Fantastic touch by the big fella. Now it's Flanagan. Flanagan surveying the floor. Looking for the Murray screen. Gets it. A little bit of space. Drives up and under. He's got it. Flanagan razzle dazzle up and under for 2 more. Flanagan with that gives him 7 points on the night. Step back looking is Wilson. Wilson has Salton. Gets the Litsky screen. Swinging to the far corner is Woods. Woods to Hamblin. Hamblin down low. Open at Salton. Thought he was going to shoot the 3. Directs traffic. Tried to get it to Hamblin, but is eventually met and stolen away by Hill. Hill. Leeway pass to Murray. Murray gets a swatted by Hamblin. Blocked out of bounds. Great job by LSU West to get out in transition. Hamblin, you see the big fella run on the floor, coming up with a block. Possession, however, will stay with the Pilots. with 13:27 left to go, as Litsky will get a much-needed break. Oluwasuye will check in. High arcing passes into Flanagan. Flanagan directing traffic, calling for the screen. They're trying to clear him out and give Flanagan some room. Leeway pass, and drawing the foul is going to be Murray. He'll head to the line. Foul is going to be called against Jaden Wilson. Third personal, third team foul. Heading to the line to shoot two is going to be Mikel Murray. He's 0 for 2 for the charity stripe tonight, but has 7 points, 3 boards. His first shot, bueno. As now the Pilots get to the half-century mark first, up 4. Second shot. Good, perfect trip. As Anderson will check in. Now Litsky off of the floor. That allows for LSUS to run a slightly smaller lineup now. It's right down Main Street. It's Talton Jr. He gets wrestled down. Shooting foul is going to be charged to Devontae Austin. Austin, his second personal, fourth on the team. They call it on the floor. As Anderson comes out of the tunnel to our right to retrieve the basketball. And yep, they are going to call it shooting foul. As the 5'10 senior All-American guard out of Cowtown, shooting 65% from the line. His first trip to the charity stripe tonight. One dribble, and it's good.
And the line for the Eagles, number 3, Derek Talton Jr. First free throw is good.
Talton with an exhale. One dribble, sets, fires, and got it. 51-48 now. Full court trap now implemented by OKWU. Great press break now, looking for the open spaces. Austin rises, gets blocked. No, foul call. Getting whacked for the foul is going to be Blake Hamblin. Hamblin second, team fourth. No, they're going to call that against Oluwasuye. As the first free throw is bueno. Devontae Austin with that one gives him 4 points. Now 2 for 3 from the line. Second shot is good. LSU has been solid from the charity stripe. 16 of 22, shooting 72%. A team that last season averaged, funnily enough, 72%. So right on target. Fall-away jumper, Talton Jr. Tough shot by the little guard. Knocks it down. No full court trap this go-around. You see Coach Donnie Boswick taking a knee at the timeline. Try to laser that one in as Flanagan can't get it. Taken by Talton. A loose ball foul is called on the reach. Flanagan's going to get whacked for that foul. His second, fifth on the team.
Number 12, Melvin Flanagan. Melvin second personal. Fifth team foul.
So now Oklahoma West will inbound in front of the LSU Shreveport bench. Talton Jr. with it after the tough bucket in the last possession. Rejects the screen, drives, has room, layup, no good. Try to crawl is on board, although Atsuye battling. LSUS comes up with it. Spinning with possession, jukes his own teammate and a defender. Still with it is Boston. Boston steps back with 12 minutes left. Driving, layup, no good. Gets whacked and falls hard. That one's going to be charged against Oluwasuye. His fourth foul, personal, fifth on the team. Boston took a hard whack on the floor here at the beautiful Brooks Watson Activity Center. As Boston heads to the line, he's a perfect 4 for 4 with 10 points tonight from the charity stripe. First shot, it's good. Checking back in, reinforcements. McKenzie and Litsky. As now the starting, pretty much most of the starters, with the exception of Hamblin and Jaden Wilson, are on the floor. Washington, the pending sub. Second shot, no good. First miss of the game from the line for him as Litsky comes down with the board. Litsky looking, gets in the middle of Talton. TJ, they call him. PA's guarded closely by Flanagan. Layup, Wilson scoops and scores. Now with that one, our new score. With 11 and a half left to go. Flanagan, 3 follows his shot. Litsky can't come down with it. 54 all. Talton Jr. hesitation dribble, steps back, looks, directing traffic. To Litsky, the rise, the layup and foul. Litsky does it again, his third and 1 of the game. And the All-American getting great position as we see. Thought he was going to try to slam that one home either way. 2 points is 2 points. Foul is going to be charged to Taj Anderson. Third personal, 6 on the team. Litsky, 23 points, has only missed 1 shot from the field, 10 for 11. And pending this free throw, 3 for 6 on the line, is already on double-double watch with 8 boards. Free throw's good. Now 57-54 our score. Flanagan has it. Shrugging off McKenzie. Double between the leg dribble, gets downhill. Washington, he fires. No good. Tough rebound by Hamlin, brings it down. Now running on the Eagles. Haltom skips to the left side, right side, that is to Wilson. Has Hamlin down low. Litsky trying to get post positioning, and he does. Yelling for it, yearning for the feed. Layup by McKenzie's no good. Following is Litsky, no good. Foul is called on the floor, loose ball. Getting whacked is going to be Washington, his second personal, 7th on the team.
That is Tyler's second personal.
Now with 10:51 left. Prime real estate under the basket now. They try to get to Litsky, and it's immediately stuffed by Hill. Hamlin, the inbounder. Now we have a quick stoppage of play, quick sub. We're going to call it 1-1. So now McKeel Murray will check in.
At the line, shooting 1-1 for the Eagles. Be number 5, Jaden Litsky.
Jaden Litsky will be the one who will take the charity stripe shots. He's 4 for 7 tonight. 10 for 11 from the field, 9 boards, 24 total points. Live ball, no good on the free throw. Washington goes up for the board and draws the foul. Foul's going to be charged to Wilson. No, they'll give that to Talton Jr. First personal, 16.
16 foul.
Now Washington will inbound. Full court pressure being implemented now by the Eagles. Flanagan all on an island by himself with McKenzie. Flanagan across at the timeline. Dribble between the leg dribble. Goes to the right hash in front of Coach Kyle Blankenship. Takes the screen, light screen by Murray. Kicks, corner, Anderson fires for 3. No good. Rebound by Litsky. Litsky to Wilson. Wilson to Talton Jr. Steps back. Thought he was going to try to let go of a 3-ball there. As Litsky is down low, immediately gets switched. Litsky still calling for it, battling with Washington. Looking to deny the front pass. Talton picks it up. Wilson, runner, meets it, gets fouled. Foul's going to be charged to Anderson. That's Anderson's third, team 9th.
Taj's fourth personal.
There's now Jaden Wilson out of Lake Ridge High. Was all district in his time with the Eagles of Mansfield Lake Ridge High. Single dribble, free throw is good. Now a 4-point lead. Checking in for LSUS is Davion Coleman, the starting guard out of Houston. Wilson will split the trip. Washington, another strong rebound. That's his 6th board of the game. Been holding it down low. layup, and it gets fouled. Meeting him right at the rack is going to be Blake Hamblin. Second personal, 7th on the team. Now the next foul will make sure that both teams go to the line for the rest of this game. Boston looking to check in. Pending the result of the second free throw. First free throw from Washington is good. Boston now checks in. Brings things back to a one-possession game. .10:08 left to go in this second half. Washington exhales, fires, got it. 2-point game. We approach 10 minutes in this top 15 clash. Number 13 versus number 5. Well, it is Talton Jr. looking for the big fella, and they get it to Litsky. Litsky, follow away, nobody home. Straight oxygen on that one. Rebound brought down by Coleman. Now the Pilots are running. 4-on-3 break. Coleman to the right. Goes up and under. Has a man in the corner. Open 3 for Hill. Cash it. LSUS takes the 1-point lead. 59-58. First time they've led since halftime. 9:35 left to go. Talton Jr. steps back. Immediately gets met by defenders. Hamblin for 3. No good. Offensive rebound brought down by Wilson. Talton Jr. will fire from downtown. Also no good. Wilson back-to-back offensive rebounds. McKenzie head fakes, drives, kicks, throws it right off of the chest of Boston, and Boston absolutely frazzled. That's going to be Boston's first, team's 10th. As now, McKenzie, important free throws here. First one's good. And that knocks us back up at 59. McKenzie exhales. Free throw, no good. Washington tips it. It gets brought down eventually by Coleman. Tied up. Arrows pointing in the direction of the Pilots. As now Benet will be checking in for Hamblin. Hamblin, great minutes off of the bench as he takes a seat. Has a rebound and an assist as well as a block. They're going to say it's Eagles ball. Initially pointed at LSU Shreveport. Benet rises, no good. Washington tips it. Benet gets it. Litsky rises, slam! Litsky, another two-hand throwdown. With it now is Boston. Boston steps back, has McKenzie on him. Dribbles dead, drives, kicks to Murray. Murray gets it tipped. Wilson has it. Wilson ahead of the pack. Will now pull out of the corner to reset. McKenzie to Litsky. Litsky head fakes, throws it down. Litsky back-to-back two-hand rim rockers. 8:39 left to go. And now a two-possession lead for Oklahoma Wesleyan on 2 emphatic slams by the All-American big man. Juking is Murray and draws the foul. Foul is going to be called against Talton Jr. That's his second, team 9th. Now both teams at 9 fouls apiece. That will send Murray to the line to shoot 1-1. Murray is 50% for the charity stripe, 2 for 4, has 8 points, 3 for 6 from the field, and 3 boards. One and one cannot be converted. Rebound Wilson. Wilson to Talton Jr. TJ looking. Uses the screen from Litsky. Litsky now rolls. Now to Benet. Wilson goes across Washington's face. He falls. No foul call, though, to Wilson. Wilson spins, lays. Yes! Wilson putting the Pilots in the spin cycle. Extra rinse. And now, Coach Blankenship and company will talk things over. Momentum on the side of the Eagles. Big time with 2 big slams. It's 65-59. Full timeout. We'll be back in 1 minute. A quick 6-0 run by Oklahoma Wesleyan has given us our current score. The highlight, this big-time slam by the All-American Jaden Litsky. Head fakes and throwing it down for 2. As now we await what Coach Blankenship and company have in store for the remaining 8:02 in this second half, as his Pilots at one point up double digits went into the break at halftime with the lead. Now having to claw their way back into a game with the number 5 team in the land. Final whistle blows. Both huddles disperse. And we are set to continue play. The Pilots will inbound in front of their own bench. One thing to note, the big fella, Tyler Washington for LSU Shreveport. A slight limp to him as he goes over to the far side corner to get treated by the Pilots training staff. As Boston with the inbound. Gets it back off the V-cut. Now Coleman. Coleman drives. Under the basket. It's going to be Murray. Murray rises, no good. Gets his own offensive rebound, goes up again. Swatted away by Benet. With it is Talton Jr. It's a 3-on-2 break. McKenzie up and under. No good. Litsky, the finish. It's good. Litsky has been a man possessed. 30 points, 10 boards, 13 for 14 from the field. Driving, step back, looking as Coleman. Long 3, no good from Hill. Rebound is brought down by Jaden Wilson out of Lake Ridge High. Talton Jr. taking his time. Phillip looking to check in. Benet looking for the down screen. He slips it. Litsky will replace. Now at the top of the key. Benet looking to post up. Has position. Guarded by Coleman. 4 seconds left on the shot clock, and a loose ball foul is called on the floor. Getting the call is going to be Tajay Hill. That's his first, team 10th. So now Oklahoma Wesleyan will be shooting 2 the rest of the way. Benet will head to the line. He's 1 for 3 from the charity stripe tonight. First shot is no good. Other 1-1. They will be shooting 2 the next foul. Trip down. On the drive, up and under. Athletic layup is no good by Murray. Talton Jr. has it. Didn't have numbers. Wisely slows things down. As now Washington seems to be okay. Still stretching that right leg at the scores table, awaiting a moment to check in. Talton Jr. crosses, handoff to McKenzie. Hits second gear, steps back, retreats to his right. Hesitation step, cross, double between the leg dribble. Down the lane, 3 seconds, no good. As play stops, officials talking things over. As Washington will check in, it will be LSU Shreveport ball. Washington checks out. Devontae Austin, who's been solid off of the bench with 5 points, 1 for 3 from the field. Notably, 75% from the line and 5 boards. The 6'2 guard getting it done amongst the trees. And one of the best rebounding teams in the country. Step back, slow hesitation dribble by Boston. Boston gets it stolen away. Talton, the jam. The all-conference guard with a breakaway slam. The former freshman of the year. Layup is good by Boston. Timeout's going to be called again by LSU Shreveport, as Coach Blankenship and company want to talk things over. Take another look at the breakaway as we head to break. Back in 30 seconds on the Antler Sports Network. Blankenship and Company want to talk things over. Game's not over yet, though. 5:44 left to go in the second half. But as you can see, the number 5 team in the country slowly but surely trying to pull away. But LSU Shreveport and their three-headed monster, 3 players in double figures. Trey Boston with 13. Davion Coleman and Tyler Washington with 12 apiece. McKill Murray right behind him with 8. But tonight, so far, if you're just tuning in, it's been the Jaden Litsky Show. 30 points, 13 for 14 from the field, 50% from the line, 11 boards, 2 assists, a side of fries and milkshake, and a side of barbecue sauce to go, please and thank you. Fair to say, folks, the 6'7" big fella out of Rejoice Christian High School has been stellar. Now both teams coming out of their respective huddles. We are set to go to continue from Skiatook, Oklahoma. The very first time the Antler Sports Network has done a game in the state of Oklahoma. We've done plenty of games for Oklahoma schools. But for the first time, boots on the ground in the Sooner State. Happy that you can join us on ASN2 and ASN Radio, wherever you may be tuning in. With it is Benet to McKenzie. Full court trap. Pass is tipped again by Washington, and it's out of bounds. Eagles ball under their own basket. As now with 5:36 left to go, you have to believe if you're LSU Shreveport, it's crunch time now. Benet to inbound. Has Talton Jr. in the corner. Steps back. Great hesitation. Dribble on the steal. Lob pass behind his head is no good. Litsky follows and it's good for 2. 32 points makes it a double-digit affair for the first time since the latter portion of the first half when LSUS had a 10-point lead. Entry pass to the elbow for Murray. Murray looking, offense stagnates. Now to Washington at the top of the key. Jabs, gets it far side to Coleman. Coleman, pull up. Instead, it's going to be a fake throw to Murray. Open, Jabs, Boston. Corner 3, no good. Washington trying to save it, no out of bounds. It's Oklahoma Wesleyan ball. As Jaden Wilson will check in. And if you don't believe us, that has been the Jaden Litsky Show. We'll show you his last big play in just a shake. Talton Jr. drives. Tightly guarded by Hill. Goes through. Rises. No good. Washington tips it, and it's caught by Coleman. Out of bounds. Quick subs, double subs. We'll get to those in a moment as we take another look at that Litsky dunk just a couple of minutes ago. Open space, head fake, and throwing it down for 2. Checking in for LSU Shreveport is going to be Flanagan as well as Anderson. The Louisianan and New Yorker, respectively. Ball hits the official on Talton Jr. As Benet will inbound again in front of the Eagle bench. Talton cuts. Well, it is Litsky. Litsky sets the pinwheel screen. Now comes back to set it again. Gets it stolen. Trey Boston picked up clean. Great bounce pass. Open floor. Layup is good. Snatched away. Flanagan has it. Fires for 3. No good. Litsky almost got it snatched away, but thankfully Benet was there to keep it in line. 4:17 left to go. 8-point game after the coast-to-coast bucket. With it is McKenzie. McKenzie takes the Benet screen, dumps it off to Litsky. Foul is called. They're going to whack it against Tyler Washington. It's third, team 10th. So now Litsky will be shooting 2, and the rest of his teammates will be shooting 2 the rest of the way. Litsky 50%, 4 for 8 from the line tonight, 32 points. First shot is good. Litsky, second shot, no good. Rebound brought down by Anderson. Anderson swings it to the running Boston. Boston picked up by Talton Jr. on the left hash. 7:55 and counting in the second half. LSU Shreveport trying to get some kind of headway here. They get it to Washington. Fires. Quick three. Up the window. Bank is open on a late Thursday night. Timeout called by Coach Blankenship as he wants to talk things over. After the big Washington three, we'll take that break with him. Back in 30 on the ASN family platforms. This is LSU Shreveport Pilot Basketball. It was a Tyler Washington three before the break, but the play that set it up beforehand, a fantastic cross-court pass to a driving Davion Coleman to give us our current score. 3:48 remaining in the second half of play. Early in the second, you're just now tuning in, Oklahoma Wesleyan has been the better team, at least on paper. But one thing to note, LSU Shreveport led big at the half and now down 72-66. There's still plenty of basketball left to go in Oklahoma. Jared Jones courtside at the Brooks Watson Activity Center in Skiatook, Oklahoma. First time the ASN has been to the Sooner State. Happy you could join us for this presentation of Thursday Night Basketball. Brought to you by NAIA Hoops Report. As now it looks like we have another timeout. And we do. Yet another timeout call. You know what? We'll take it with them. Back in 30 more seconds from the ASN family platforms. This is college basketball. Let's try this again, shall we? After the Oklahoma Wesleyan timeout, that was after the LSU Shreveport timeout. Score still remains 66-72 in the Sooner State. Banana inbound in front of his own bench. He gets it to Talton Jr. Don't think we're going to have a timeout, but I bite my tongue. 14 seconds on the shot clock. 3:30 left to go in the second half. McKenzie to Talton Jr. 10 seconds now. Less than that. 7 seconds. 5 seconds. McKenzie, three ball, no good. Rebound, 2 seconds. 1, and a reach foul is called on the floor. As they're going to call that one against Oklahoma Wesleyan, I believe. And yes, they are. As we wait to see the perpetrator. Don't have a signal on who that last foul was called on. You're going to give that to Jaden Litsky. And Flanagan will head to the line to shoot 1 and 1. Flanagan, 50%, 1 for 2 from the line, has 7 points. I believe both teams should be shooting 2, at least by our count here at the table. No, they're going to call it 1 and 1. Flanagan, shrug of the shoulders. First shot on the 1 and 1. Can't get to shot number 2. So free throw woes continuing for the Pilots in the second half. How's a ball club? Shooting 9 of 27 still. Just slightly below their average from last season. Whether it is Wilson, Wilson jump pass to McKenzie, gets it tipped by Washington. Washington, open break, and he slams it home. What a jam! Tyler Washington probably could have flown back to Shreveport. Big time air. Wow, 6:50 left in the second half. Benet to McKenzie, skip pass to Wilson. Now to Talton Jr. Washington battling Wolitski under the basket. They get it to him. It's tipped by Washington. Benet has it to McKenzie. Runner's good. Josh McKenzie on the two-point runner with 2.5 left to go. Crunch time now. 74-68 our score. 2:25 and counting. 20 on the shot clock. Posting up is Coleman. And foul on the floor. Blocking foul. Called against Wilson. That'll be Wilson's fourth. Now the officials are going to see and make sure if it's going to be 1 and 1 or 2. And yep, our count is back correct. Both teams now will be shooting 2 the rest of the way. Keep that in mind at the bottom. Score bug at the bottom of your screen. If you're tuning in on ASN2. Washington, 6 for 6 from the line tonight. Make it 7 for 7. End of the contest is going to be Tajay Hill as well as Devontae Austin. Try to give their fast guards, both Flanagan and Anderson, a bit of a break, especially as we get into the crunch time, give them any little bit of rest that they can. LSU West empty. Oklahoma Wesleyan packing 4 into the lane for this next Washington free throw. Roll, exhale, shots up, and bueno. Perfect trip, exactly what the doctor ordered. 74-70, full court pressure. Now coming for the Pilots. With it is Wilson. Wilson has 4 fouls. Skip pass to McKenzie. McKenzie stutter step, spins, get past Coleman. Through the double, over Washington. Wilson, skies, layup's good. Now a 6-point game. 2 minutes remaining. Dos minutos, ladies and gentlemen. Washington has it. Over to Hill. Hill, hesitation step. Open 3 for Boston. No good. Tipped by Washington. It's out of bounds. Eagles ball. So we have a second. Take another look at that Washington dunk. Arguably play of the night. The big fella all alone takes off and jams it home. With 9:48. Clock has halted. Now starts to roll. 2 seconds. About 2 seconds. Give it to Oklahoma Wesleyan, but they turn it over. Leeway pass. It's tipped again. Oklahoma Wesleyan and Wilson steals it. 2-on-1 break. Talton Jr. off the glass. Intended for Linsky. Wilson on the follow. Here we go. Minute and a half. 8-point LSU Shreveport deficit. They got to get something going, and they got to get it fast. Washington way outside. No good. Snatched by Wilson. With it is Talton Jr. It's a 2-on-2 break. Linsky the lob. Up through the air. Benet. Layup's good. And Washington is slow to get up. He's still on the ground. Clock will halt. And a quick injury timeout. Washington seems to have a cramp. Washington slamming the ground in absolute agony. With a 1:16 left to go. A turning point in this one. It's a 10-point affair. With a minute and change. Now you have to believe for LSU Shreveport, you want to get Washington good as quickly as possible. You saw earlier in the second half, it was on the far side. Off screen to your left if you're tuning in on ASN2. Dealing with cramps. You would have to think that the big fella would be hydrated, especially up to this point. As now he's up. Getting assisted by both Anderson and the LSUS trainer, slightly walking under his own power. So now, with Benet and Linsky on the floor at the 4 and 5 respectively, LSU Shreveport is going to have to go small, at least for the time being. They do have the Hungarian hammer, the 6'6 freshman forward, Boldi Varga, on the bench in case. Flanagan will check in. Guarded by Talton. takes the screen to Anderson. Swings. Flanagan for three. Won't go. Rebound McKenzie. As we hit a minute. 1 minute left in this top 15 matchup. McKenzie has it. Closely guarded by Coleman. Corner. Wilson. Head fakes the three. 15 seconds on the shot clock. They get it to Benet. Long two. He's got it. That might be the dagger. 44 seconds and counting. With it is Hill. They cannot go empty on this possession to stay alive here. Hill guarded by Wilson. They swing it to Coleman. Coleman drives. Hop step. Layup. It's good. Now back to 10. As now Coleman is tripped up. He's not well. He's hurt. Gets across the timeline now. As McKenzie's just going to dribble this thing out. Less than half a second shot, separating the shot and game clock. And that will do it. And will most likely take the shot clock violation. Final horn sounds. And we have a final from Oklahoma. Oklahoma Wesleyan survives a late game surge from the 13th ranked Pilots of LSU Shreveport. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll take a look at the stats, elect our player of the game, and finish from Skiatook. Once again, our final, Oklahoma Wesleyan taking the double-digit win at quote-unquote home. 82-72 our score. Back in 3 minutes from the ASF Family platforms. This is college basketball. Our final from Skiatook, once again, Oklahoma Wesleyan 82, LSU Shreveport 72. As we take a look at some of the post-game stats, first our scoring leaders for the Pilots of LSU Shreveport falling by 10. Tyler Washington led the Pilots with 19 points, 8 for 8 from the line, 4 for 11 from the field, 3 of 7 from 3 with 6 boards and an assist. Started to cramp up at the end of the game. Simply, folks, just ran out of steam at the worst possible time. Davion Coleman behind him with 16. Trey Boston with 13. McKeel Murray, close to double digits, finished with 8. For the victorious Eagles of Oklahoma Wesleyan, the 5th-ranked team in the land, Nick Benet, 9 points. Jaden Wilson, 13. Derek Talton Jr., 13. And finally, our player of the game, Jaden Litsky, with what has been really one of the best, most dominant games we've seen from any player in Antler Sports Network history. 14 for 16 from the field, 5 for 10 from the line, 11 boards, 33 total points. A fantastic showing by the 6'7" senior All-American big fella. Looking at some of the team stats, both teams taking a bountiful amount of shots. Oklahoma Wesleyan almost 85 shots, 35 for 81, 34% from the field. Also going 34% from the field, 43% from the field was Oklahoma Wesleyan. LSU Shreveport, 22 for 63, 34%. In the free throw game, LSU Shreveport much better, 21 for 30 with a season average last year of 72. Oklahoma Wesleyan, a perfect 50 mark, 10 for 20. From downtown, LSU Shreveport shot a lot more threes, but shot a lot better from 3, 7 for 30 for 70%. For 23%, that is. Oklahoma Wesleyan, 2 for 19, 10%. And arguably the biggest factor, and the factor we talked about the most in the pregame, the offensive rebounding game. Oklahoma Wesleyan, 20 offensive rebounds to Shreveport's 6. Rebounding total, 55 to 32. Coach Blankenship brought it up. Coach Boswick brought it up. Anyone that has watched Oklahoma Wesleyan the past couple of seasons has brought it up. For the past 3 years, they've been in the top 5 in NAI in offensive rebounds, and that showed tonight. Once again, our final from Skiatook, Oklahoma, for the very first time. A season opener to remember, folks. Oklahoma Wesleyan victorious, 82 to 72. For Coach Blankenship from LSU Shreveport, from Coach Boswick of Oklahoma Wesleyan, from Justin Jackson, our executive producer back in our Houston ASN studios, our director of stats, Noah Raditz, in our Tyler ASN studios, and the rest of the fantastic Antler Sports Network crew. This is Jared Jones saying so long from the Sooner State. Once again, our final, Oklahoma Wesleyan taking the victory in the season opener, 82 over LSU Shreveport with 72. That concludes our first ASN2 college basketball broadcast of the year. Until next time, so long, everybody.